as the players take a knee at kick-off here. Every single player involved there. And it will be Germany to get us kicked off here in this international friendly. And away we go. So England, the winners of the Euros back in 2017. They've also played one friendly in the lead up to this one, beating Italy on Thursday by 2-0. A Scarlett penalty and Soonsup Bell doing the damage there. And this could be a very competitive fixture indeed between two big international rivals. Oh, superb conditions in Bad Dürkheim. As you can see, lovely weather. And a lovely looking pitch as well. Should mean that the players can stroke the ball around. As Urbig gets the ball away there. The goalkeeper for Germany in after not playing the other day against Switzerland. Mindo Sieb there up front for Germany, looking to bag goals today. As we see the young midfielder James Norris for Liverpool about to take the throw in. Small of stature but puts himself about a bit in midfield. This is Philip Marshall, the goalkeeper for England. And the interception there for Germany, immediately trying to get Jascha Brandt in on the ball on that right wing. Julian Brandt's younger brother will be hoping to follow in his footsteps. Getting into the full Germany setup. As Kizik here goes down, looks at the assistant referee but doesn't get the free kick. As it's been a fairly open start in this opening 2 minutes. So Marshall here to take the goal kick. And Norris driving the ball downfield to be held up here for Jebbison. Sheffield United striker will be hoping to make the breakthrough into their first team this season. This is Humphreys for Mbete. As you can see, Mindo Sieb really trying to put pressure on the back line of England. And it works there as the long clearance falls to the feet of Ariembi. And that's safely delivered back to Urbig. Oh, both sets of players just looking to get on the ball here in the first instance. Humphreys trying to dribble out of defence there, but he was caught out by Sieb initially. Had to go back to his keeper for help. As England appear a little bit harried here by the pressing from Germany. As here comes the first chance perhaps for Sieb. And couldn't quite get a clean strike away. Straight at Philip Marshall. 3.5 minutes in. Good start from Germany here. They've looked to settle quicker than England. Harrying that back line every single time it's passed back there. And those long balls upfield for England not working at the moment, just not sticking to the likes of Jebbison. And another ball there comes all the way through to Urbig. This is the captain, Torben Rhein. And again, Urbig goes long this time, looking for the run of Brandt. Pressuring Mbete. They've done well there, England, to play their way out of trouble, but that's intercepted. Now Sieb, short pass, and it might come here for the little number 7, Amin, who scored against Switzerland the other day, the only goal of the game. Coming up towards 5 minutes, and A lot of the play in the direction of Germany here. So first corner of the game to be taken by Kizik of Hertha Berlin. An outswinger towards the near post. It's just flicked on there by Rosenfelder. Not enough power on it though to really concern Philipp Marschall. And play immediately goes on. Both sides looking to keep the game flowing early on here. As we saw Niall John try and make progress up the right-hand side, pushing it past the defender, but strong play from the Germany fullback. Keanu Kraft upfield. And Brandt trying to make something of it, just stumbling as he did so. And that's intercepted again. Gurpus dribbles into the box. Can he get a strike away? He does. Saved at the near post. And on the follow-up, Amin just couldn't redirect it into the back of the net there. Big, big opportunity for Germany under 19. It's slack play from the English defence. Humphreys gives it away. And Gurpus denied by the keeper. Amin, though, denied as well, and it's out for the corner. And the corner comes in and hacked away by England. As that was also very close. The German pressing working extremely well here. England panicking in defence. As there we see it came off the defender, perhaps Mbete for the corner. Well, an excellent start here from the German under-19s against their English counterparts. Although that's a loose pass this time from the Germans. A high ball comes in, but well over the head of everyone. And Kraft could get it away. And this is Humphreys again. Will want to improve his distribution after giving away that chance a couple of minutes ago. Marschall, a more measured pass this time, but chested down by Ariembi. Amin. And Germany hold the possession. It just comes off an English player. This is Rhein. And that strong play in midfield there from Kizik. Maybe a little bit too much, says the referee. Free kick for England taken quickly. And Norris just flicking it around the corner. Turned into a good ball in the end for Edozie. In a tight spot there and wins the free kick as well. Just sandwiched by two German players. Devine passing the ball backwards rather than going on the offensive. There's Egan Riley there, Manchester City youngster, trying to play the ball down the right-hand side, blocked and out. As Hannes Wolf must be fairly happy with what he's seeing so far from his team. That high press working extremely well. As the ball just dribbled out of play that time by Lasse Günther of Augsburg. Ian Foster will be, on the other hand, slightly worried by the distribution from the back from his team so far, coming up to 10 minutes played in this international friendly. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, because of the COVID situation, the under-19s haven't really had any get-togethers in the last 18 months, so they'll be slightly rusty. And as you can see, the pressure immediately on that England defence. Continually trying to play their way out of trouble, though. And so far, it hasn't quite worked out that way. Best opportunity falling for Germany. Goerpus and Amin with the double chance. So that's flicked around the corner towards Amin and just got away from him. Safely back to the feet of Marshall. And Humphreys again under all kinds of pressure there from Sieb. And he almost intercepts there again. So that's an easy interception there for Kraft. Pushing into midfield to help out. Bitte away, and that's a lovely touch. And brought down there now, John. Free kick for England in their own half. I'm just flicking it over the midfielder there, coming in with the slide, but catching him. Well, a fine start to proceedings here in the opening 12 minutes in Bad Dürkheim. Now John with the long ball out towards the left, but it's a bit of a waste there. Norris was caught well behind the play. That's Rosenfelder safely back to the keeper Urbig. Well, it's a good run forward here by Rosenfelder. He's sprayed past, though, intercepted. It was Reece Welsh who came in on it. Humphrey's seen an awful lot of the ball early here. Diagonal ball out for Norris. Now down the wing here for Edozie. And it's a rolled ball in, and that's very strong defending from Ariembi. Just easing the number 9 Jibberson off the ball. Ariembi again. Turn away there from now John, who's really started to come into the game for England after a quiet start. And the English team quite happy to play it patiently around at the back. It's Divine forward. And the turn there, just trying it, Edozie. But fouling Rosenfelder as he did so. And the header forward, just dropping there for Ariembi. Easy to get it back to Urbig. Under pressure, though, from Jebberson in the end. Well, we're coming up towards quarter of an hour played in this under-19 international friendly between Germany and England. It's goalless. Best chance falling for Germany through Gurpus and Amin. Yeah, 2 bites of the cherry, couldn't find the back of the net though. Since then, England have rather worked their way back into it. And both teams trying to keep hold of possession for as long as possible. Not too many risky passes, although that could be a decent one into the corner. But too far ahead there of Balagizi of Liverpool. And Asvolf constantly backing his players from the sidelines. And now a chance here for Humphreys to go forward into midfield. He's looking for options and in the end had to go back to centre defence. As Norris might get in here, tries the turn. Oh, well, it's a little bit of a mismatch there between Brandt and Norris, in size at least. And Brandt coming out on top in that little battle. Sprayed forward by Urbig, looking long over the top, but straight through to his opposite number, Marshall. It's Divine. Back to Mbiti. And a longer ball forward this time from England. Trying to go down the channel. Norris can't make anything of it. The ball bouncing around in midfield, but now Jefferson gets it in the corner. And it can be guided out of play there for the goal kick by Rosenfelder.
Come on, get across!
Another long ball from Germany. Comes to nothing, as it looks as though Jascha Brandt has come more centrally for a while, rather than playing out on the wing. And as we see, that's really good defending again from Ariembi up against Balagizi. And Gurpus just trying to nudge it forward for Amin. England, though, pick up the possession. Those teams playing very technically at the moment. Passing the ball around. As I said, not too many risky passes at the moment. England the more patient of the two. Germany going for the killer ball perhaps slightly sooner. As Humphreys thumps one downfield, but it's sliced out of play. Günther with the throw in. Goes back to Ariembi. And in turn, back to Urbig. Sieb carrying the ball forward through midfield. Continues his run and goes for the strike, but it's high and wide there. Worth the attempt, though, in the 20th minute. Humphreys here. Standing start before finally firing it forward. Not too much movement ahead of him, apparently. So 20 minutes gone, still no goals. The only shots coming in from Germany so far. No chances for England. They haven't really created much for Jebison. On the other hand, Sieb, Gürpus and Amin causing problems for the English defence. Particularly with their defending from the front. As here they come again. Norris, good touch there to take it away from Gürpus. And Jebison trying to turn through two players and no chance there. The ball breaks for Brandt here on the right wing. Ducking and diving and sending it towards Sieb, right in the corner. Brandt is there if he needs the ball out. Hoping for a corner, but in the end dribbling out of play for the throw-in. As we see that lovely touch from Norris. So it looks as though we're going to have a cooling break here coming up towards the midway point in the first half. As so far Germany have dominated as far as chances is concerned. And just a chance for the two coaches, Hannes Wolf, Arne Foster, to get the two teams together. Another mini team talk, perhaps a couple of pointers here and there. And Hannes Wolf will be the more satisfied of the two, as we've seen chances such as this for Germany. First of all, Gürpus, and then Amin. His shot coming off Mbete. It looked as though he was just going to tap home. So perhaps Hannes Wolf will want a little bit more tempo in the game. Given the conditions and the kick-off time at 5:15 local time. Not ideal, even though the pitch is in pristine condition. So we're ready to get going again after that cooling break. A few final words from Hannes Wolf for his boys. And Jonas Urbig just having the final say here.
Right. Right, sehr gut, Junge, weiter. Jonas. Sehr gut, Jonas, weiter.
So we're about to come up to the 25-minute mark after that break. Bit of a delay in the restart. England in no real hurry to take this throw in from the left back position. As away we go. Clearance just deflected on its way out. And that won't fall for Brandt. It will be another throw in, this time for Norris of England. Looking for options, and this has been a problem for England from the start, that Germany marking pretty tightly, not allowing much movement from the Three Lions. And more often than not, England forced to go back to the defence, as in that case. Now a long ball out from Welsh, and that's easily headed back to the keeper Urbig by Kraft. All a little bit predictable from England. That's a nice ball up here for Gurpus. And out to the right now for Brandt. They provide the ball in. It's to the edge of the box for Gurpus. Goes back across. Thought he might try the strike there as he turned on the ball. Had other ideas. Now Kraft. Mainz right back. At the moment, neither side really taking too many risks at all, either with the runs forward or passing forward. There's Amin wrestling for the ball here with Reece Welsh, and I think he's won the throw in there. In fact, it's gone the other way for England. That's a sharp turn. And a good run here, and then tugged back there, Edozie. Ariembi might well get a talking to here, and perhaps more. And the pace there from Edozie was electric, the Manchester City man. Looks as though Ariembi has just got away with a warning. As Alfie Devine now will look to whip in this free kick. In it comes, and off the two-man wall, well defended by Germany there. Straight ball from Devine, again picked up by Germany. It's held up by Sieb on the left-hand side. Out for the throw-in for the Germans. Hannes Wolf constantly directing, constantly speaking to his players. Communication very important to him. As here's perhaps a chance for England. It's half away. And it will come straight back at the Germans here. Jebbison just carrying it backwards. Finding Niall John. Well down the line for Edozie. Well, Germany have been warned about his pace, and they covered the space well there in behind. Blocking him off. Bete forward. Oh, Balagizi out towards this left-hand side now. Getting into the penalty area, cutting it back. Ariembi perfectly placed. Norris back in and cleared. I think it was Rosenfelder with the second clearance there, just on the stretch. As we're coming up towards half an hour now, starting to warm up here. Senses it a bit more of an open match now. Mainly because England are coming out of their shells, really, since that cooling break. That's driven forward. Seep with a nice touch. And goes driving through midfield again. Doesn't have too much support with him. Has to pass back to Günther. It's those kinds of injections of pace that Germany are looking for from their front players. It's Amin. And again. As the ball down the channel there. It's unsuccessful in the end, too far ahead of everyone. Marshall can allow it out of play for the goal kick for England. I mean, playing in the German third league for Viktoria Köln. And a very successful season so far. It's just another stumble there from an England player. And Harry Imby comes along and picks the pocket of Edozie. Amin, just a shuffle away. Gürpus. And that's a nice ball, the overlapping Kraft here. And for Brandt right in the corner. Tries a trick to get around Mbiti, but it was a bit of a heavy touch. Another goal kick for England. The ball bouncing around in midfield, falls there for Balagizi, but it looks as though it could have been a handball from the Liverpool lad. Free kick for Germany in the centre circle.
No, I agree. But they played off. Yeah, but he's ref. You understand?
It looks as though Ian Foster expected there to be an advantage played there for Germany rather than the free kick given. As Gürpus looks to break forward onto this long bouncing ball. He's got control of it. Now Brandt up against Norris. Kraft is there to help him out. The ball to the back stick. No one there for Germany. Egan Riley tries to dribble out from right back. He's done well under pressure. Marshall again looking high. Ariembi with the nod down to Kraft in midfield. As Germany look to try and squeeze up the pitch here. Seeb with the hold-up play. And passing the ball nicely to Ryan. Out to the left-hand side now. Maybe Günther can cut inside. He gets the shot away. And just lifting it over with his wrong foot there. But good ambitious play from the left full-back. Armin's just stretching that, couldn't quite get a toe end on it. The attack from England continuing. And Balagizi couldn't quite cut it back there. And Germany get it clear. Kizik got there first. Norris, as we've got 10 minutes remaining of the first half here in this under-19 friendly international in Bad Dürkheim between Germany and England. Well, all of the players now have settled down. You can see the passing is crisper from both teams. And looking to go on the attack a little earlier. As we see Sieb with the nice skill there against Humphreys. Humphreys recovering though. There's Humphreys again, who gave the ball away to gift Germany that double chance earlier in the game. Still no real clear-cut opportunities for the visiting team. Alfie Devine coming out of defence and showing too much of the ball to Kraft. Now Armin. And back to him. It's just behind him in the end. And it wouldn't fall for Ryan, who had made a late break into the box. Ariembi. And given away. This is Balagizi. And Edozie looking to his back line for once. He's been looking forward every time he's had the ball the last 15 minutes or so. As the game has really livened up since that cooling break. I think both teams' coaches demanding more from their teams. And it's made for a lively second half to this first period. As there's a nice ball looking for the pace here of Edozie. Gets around Ariembi. Can he pick out a ball? Yes, he can. The shot comes in from Balagizi. But he couldn't beat Urbig in goal. Oh, that's the best chance of the game for the visitors. In fact, their only chance, really. And Urbig will be happy to finally have made a save in this game. With 38 minutes gone. Here come Germany, racing back up the other end. Sieb couldn't make anything of it though, trying to nutmeg the defender. As Gibberson puts pressure on the keeper there, Urbig, who'd come a long way for the header clear. Sweeping up at the back. 6 minutes to go before half-time. It looks as though both sides looking to get their noses in front before the half-time whistle blows. As again, Switzerland, Hanneswolf switched the entire 11 out. We do have 11 players on the bench. Might well do that again. Give everyone some game time. As that's not a foul given against Gibberson. It looked to be aggressive play. And then in the end, a tactical foul coming in from Keanu Kraft. Grabbing him around the waist. Gibberson allowing him to get away. Could have been a foul, though, the other way against the England man initially.
Help him! Turn! Drive!
Balagizi again. And can't find the pass through. Ball flicked up there. Norris wins the aerial challenge incredibly against Kraft. But can't keep hold of the ball. Here's Brands looking to flick it towards Kraft, who hadn't read his intentions. Marshall short ball this time. Humphries. Kizik. Immediately gliding forward, the ball coming in. It drifts out of play. Lasse Günther that time couldn't provide the cross. Running out of time here now in this first half. 3 minutes to go for one of the teams to take the lead. Norris just glaring across there. Absolutely no chance of getting that ball from Niall John, who came to life midway through the first half. He's gone quiet the last 10 minutes or so. Long header downfield from Ariembi. This time trying to pass the ball towards Amin. It should come though for Egan Riley. And Bashir Humphries. Gurpus just trying to turn on the ball. Couldn't run onto it though. Out towards the right for England here. Held up though by the defender there, Günther. There's a bouncing ball sent downfield this time by England, and no chance there for Jebbison. Well read by Urbig. There's 90 seconds to play in the first half. I wouldn't have thought there's too much time added on unless the referee decides to put on 2 minutes for the cooling break. Not many stoppages in the game. Marshall looks up before firing long. Ariembi once again getting his head to that one. As Günther again fancies a run forward, passing it here towards the run of Sieb. And that's good goalkeeping from Philip Marshall. Well, Hannes Wolf, I'm sure, will be thinking about whether to switch out the entire 11 at half-time or not. Yes. His under-19 side here have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Only the one chance really for England. Alagizi unable to beat the keeper Urbig. Otherwise, it was a double chance for Germany early on. Sieb firing high and wide from distance. And then Günther cutting in from the left and sending a shot narrowly over. As we'll have 2 minutes added on for that cooling break. Humphreys just turning away there from Gurpus. Amin on the half turn. Trying to get on the end of the wall pass. And it's Alfie Devine who comes away with it instead. Oh, a lovely turn. Gibbison out towards the right wing. And couldn't carry it onwards. Arian Beard recovered. Just rebounding there from Kofidozi and going back to the goalkeeper Urbig. As it looks as though we might have one last attack here from Germany before the half-time whistle. Goalless in this first half between Germany under-19s and England under-19s in this friendly in Bad Dürheim. Some nice technical play, but not too many chances really to speak of. It's been a very tight match indeed. Sieb looks to get the run here on Umbete, but all the way back to his own keeper. Humphreys looking for the through ball for Balagizi. All the way through to the keeper Urbig. As that is the final action of the half, so it's 0-0 going in at half-time. Let's see if Hannes Wolf switches out the entire 11 for the second half. Ian Foster may well do the same as well. Join us in 15 minutes or so to find out. Welcome back to this under-19 friendly international between Germany and England. The half-time scoreline is goalless. Looks as though England aren't going to make too many changes, at least at half-time. We'll see what Hannes Wolf does for the DFB team. Against Switzerland, they switched out the entire 11. And we'll see after that first half where Germany dominated right up until the drinks break. Midway through the half, they were pressing really hard, forcing England into errors. After that, it became rather more even. But on the whole, Germany in the first half dominating possession and getting more chances and the better chances, including a double chance towards the start of the game. Gurpus and Amin unable to score. The only chance for England coming in the 38th minute as Balagizi couldn't finish past Urbig. So Germany just keeping England waiting at the start of this second period, which would say to me that Hannes Wolf is going to change all of the players. Although apparently not, as they come back onto the field and ready to go. Well, that man there had the best chance for Germany in the first half, but his goal-bound shot came off Mbete for a corner. Looked as though he was just going to hook home for the opener. Not to be, though. But both sets of players will go again. It looks as though both are unchanged, which is refreshing in a friendly. I would suspect around the hour mark there'll be a raft of changes, though, from both teams. So let's see if we will continue with that entertaining last 10 to 15 minutes of the first half. As the game opened up a little bit, England were more willing to come forward rather than keeping it patient at the back. And that made for a much better game. So England in white with the possession here. Out to Marshall. And I would expect that Ian Foster would have been trying to get his players to become braver on the ball than they were in the first half. Germany showing much more courage. As Norris here. He's back to Devine in midfield. Humphreys, who was caught in possession by Gurpus for that early chance, has since calmed down. As here is Gurpus getting on the end of that ball through. There's a chance here perhaps for Edozie to stretch his legs into the corner up against Ariembe, who was dominant in defence in the first half. Of course, has experience of playing in the English academies with the likes of Chelsea. May well know a number of these players before he went to Bayern Munich. There's another throw in here for Egan Riley. Well, finally the throw comes in, and it's not a very successful one from the English point of view, as a miscued shot comes in there from Alfie Devine. Well wide of goal. Now a long ball up the field from Germany. Should be picked up again by Devine here. And back to Humphreys. Up for Edozie. And it looked as though there was an offside flag, an interesting one. And the game goes on. This is Günther, and the shots here coming in. Chance for Sieb, and headed wide in the end by Welsh. Well, the English defence, they're complaining that the free kick was taken from the wrong place, falling on deaf ears. Corner comes in, it's flicked on. Could go anywhere here. Sieb with one chance and blocked by the English defence. Now Amin trying to make something of it out to the right-hand side. Fired in at the near post and saved by Marshall. Well, chances coming thick and fast now for Germany. Now Gurpus. And Brandt, lovely ball through. Kraft couldn't quite take it into his run. Perhaps Amin can do something here. There's fancy footwork. He goes down. No hint of a penalty, though. doesn't even appeal for it. Just struggling to keep his feet, given that he was pirouetting at the edge of the box. 5 minutes in, and this is much more like it from both teams now. Wubig hits it clear, and that's a clattering challenge there coming in. Gunter comes away with the ball. No, it's Rosenfelder again carrying the ball into midfield, quite comfortable with the ball at his feet. Man from Freiburg. And the ball down the wing. Goerpels again. Seeing a lot of the ball. Now Rhein. Clever ball out to the left here. And Rhein again. Amin stepping in. And the ball shifted out towards Gunter. Did the ball go over the line? No, says the referee's assistant. In fact, now the whistle does go. As the start of the second half, much more all action. And the first, as we see that lovely piece of skill from Amin. Just a shame he couldn't keep his feet. Stumbling just as it looked as though he'd got free of the English defence. Throw upfield for England. Edozie losing out, trying to retrieve it. And he's helped out there by Egan Riley. Long ball, I thought it was going to come to nothing. But in the end, Jebbison is away. And it will go out for the corner there. Good running from the target man. And you see Kizik there, who had him tracked all the way. And Alfie Devine goes across to take the corner. And in it comes, and he's rather overcooked that one, Devine. Well, you can see Ian Foster annoyed with that delivery. I'll be hoping that from set pieces England can cause Germany some problems. So far it hasn't turned out that way at all. It was wasted completely by Devine. Welsh with the throw in. It comes back to him and he could only volley out of play. Well, it's a very stuttering period of play at the moment. Wubig looking into midfield for Sieb. And a nice ball out for Brandt to run onto here. He cuts it back. No one really arriving, although Goerpels has made something of it. Now the shot there is sliced in the end by Kizik, arriving at the edge of the box, but an offside flag up anyway. Into the 10th minute of the second half. There you can see as it was sliced there, came off Brandt in the offside position. Oh, 2 chances so far in the second half for Germany, coming in the first 5 minutes. Sieb with a shot deflected wide, and the resulting corner shot fired in at the near post, which was saved fairly comfortably by Marshall. England under 19 number 1. Skurpus drops deep to try and pull the strings here, finds Kraft. I mean, just leaving it there. Might have been better off taking it on board, as England can now race down the other end. Zerdozi with the cross in. No one is in there. Jefferson picks it up on the left-hand side and gives it away. Here's Skurpus again. It's all rather too imprecise from England when they get into the final third. There's Amin. Up to Gunter. He seems to be the out ball in this second half. The rampaging left back. He's switching out to the right now. Kraft with the deeper ball in. Volleyed away by Humphreys. There's Brandt. Aggressive play. The layoff there by Sieb for Gurpus. Now maybe the chance from range, and it's well over in the end from Ryan. And it was a fine period of play from Germany in the lead up to the shot, but he was just leaning back on his left foot as he got it in. Well, that one's out of play for a throw for Gunter. Harry Imby. So far, pretty untested in the second period. As I said, was dominant in the first half. Whenever England managed to come forward. As that one is sent bouncing down the pitch by Urbig. Straight through to Marshall. Harry Imby reading that, and up for Sieb, and it dribbles wide of the target. Did it take a nick on its way through? Perhaps it looks as though it did, as here come the changes. Looks as though 4 players going to come on, 5 players to freshen things up here for Germany. In the meantime, this corner about to be fed in by Torben Rhein. An outswinger, in it comes. And it's a brilliant overhead kick by Sieb. Well, what a goal that is to open the scoring here. 1-0 Germany, and he reacted so quickly as the England defence there were napping. Just comes off the defender, and immediately a flying overhead kick. Adjusted his body brilliantly to finish off, and that's a cracking goal. Absolutely brilliant, just before the hour mark, just before those changes are made. Well, the Bayern Munich man there with tremendous skill, as we're going to see that raft of changes that I was talking about earlier. So Dane Scarlett, one of the replacements for England. And looks as though Jens Kastrup coming on, as well as Mamin Sanyang and Leon Semic. And Bent Anderson also entering proceedings. Clemens Riedel too. And he's friendly. Sometimes difficult to keep up with the number of changes around this time. So 5 changes then in total for Germany. Here's Welsh, as England have fallen behind, and now we might see them attack a little bit more to get into this game. And they've made the changes. Out here towards Oyagoki, and away by one of the new arrivals, Sanyang. But what a goal that was by Sieb. Worthy of winning any game, as that's away by Rosenfelder. Ahead there of Balagizi. And here's Chukwuemeka, and it somehow ended up in the back of the net. Well, Germany just didn't react at all there. And it looks as though it's Dane Scarlett who's hammered England level. 1-1. This game has exploded into life. Well, let's have a look here. No one reacting at all. The throw-in comes in to Chukwuemeka. And just a little tap back there for Scarlett. Wow, disappointing defending there from Germany, really. They couldn't cut out the pass from Chukwuemeka. They couldn't stop him running along the byline. And no one reacted as Dane Scarlett ran in to get the level up. Well, the lead only lasting 2 to 3 minutes for Germany as England again come on the attack here. Tails up as Andresen gets it away. This is Vale. Oh, Chukwuemeka looks to be causing problems out there. The Aston Villa youngster. Next cutback, and this should be easier for Germany to deal with. Indeed, Ryan can run out of defence with it. Amin just holding on to possession. Spraying it out to the right here for Semic. And to Sanyang. Blasts it across, and that's well held by the goalkeeper, Marshall. This is much better as we see Kastrup coming in with a hard tackle. Loves to snap in on those. We saw that as a feature against Switzerland in the previous game. As now Niall John decides to take it on and slides it just wide. No one came to challenge him at all. And the goalkeeper Urbig is furious with his team there. And it wasn't far away. Would have been another great goal in this game after that overhead kick from Sieb, the opener. The second goal, a crafty finish from Scarlett to roof the ball from only a couple of yards out, giving the goalkeeper Urbig no chance. Well, 25 minutes to go of this friendly. At under 19 level between two great rivals, Germany and England. And this second half has certainly lived up to the billing. As we see a replay of the goal. And Kastrup there trying to track the run. And in the end, Scarlett hammering home. Great run from Chukwuemeka. And the Tottenham man getting the level up. As England now more willing to throw bodies forward. And a bit more defending to do for Germany now. They've got to grit their teeth through this period of play. Now the run forward, Andresen, and he tries to barrel his way through. Out for Ryan, now Amin. And well, just breaking down, but they'll keep the pressure on Germany. Ryan again. Good forward-thinking play from Andresen. Amin. Just rolling the ball here for Gurpus. And well, just getting in his way there was Gibberson. Now for Oyugoki. And he's put his teammate into trouble there. No chance of recovering that for Welsh. And a corner conceded under zero pressure there by England. Germany could certainly punish them here for that one. A lack of concentration. Well, remember that the last corner led to that wonder goal from Sieb, the overhead kick. I'm sure Germany will be covering him a little more tightly now. Oyugoki right onto him. Amin slicing across. And comes to nothing, although here's Gurpus. Gifted possession, goes for the curler. And over the bar. Well, so looks as though we're going to get the cooling break. Much needed as well after all that action so far in the second half. Both goals coming in this second period. The opener from Sieb on 59. A wonderful overhead kick, reacting so well and readjusting. And only a couple of minutes later, though, the sub for England Scarlets levelling it. Chukwuemeka, another substitute, running along the byline, pretty much unchallenged. Cutting it back for Scarlets and leaving Urbig in goal with absolutely no chance at all. So here are the goals. As that's poor defending from Welsh in the first instance, but he could never have thought that there would be a wonderful finish like that from Sieb to punish him. And then here's the goal from England just a couple of minutes later. Chukwuemeka and Scarlett hammering it into the top corner at the near post. So again, an opportunity for the coaching staff to get hold of their boys and try and get them over the line for the last 20 minutes or so. You'd have to say the game is anyone's at the moment. It's been open in this second half. Well, perhaps a chance as well to make some changes. Looks as though Baptiste is waiting to come on for England. And Mbita goes off, as well as Reece Welsh.
Come on, Jammer. Come on, Cal. Come on, Jamie.
In fact, Mbita seems to be staying on. Well, Baptiste, the West Ham youngster.
Jabo, Jabo.
Well, we're back underway after the cooling break. Just less than 20 minutes to go.
Up we go! Good colour.
Now, down the years, as I said at the start of the programme, Germany have won 5 of these versus England at this level. 3 successes for England and 2 draws.
In minute 72, 3 new players in the English team. Number 16, Kamal Baptiste from West Ham United. Number 17, Harvey Vale Jonesy. Number 21, Callum Doyle from Sunderland.
In fact, Callum Doyle did come on for Luke Mbete
See you, Connie. Fella, needs to see you.
for England. That was just announced. Callum Doyle, the Sunderland man, on for him. Here's Baptiste away from Amin. Gifting possession away, and Amin is back onto it in a flash. Cuts inside. Lovely bit of skill for Ryan. And blocked there. Just inside the box. Well, the challenges coming in now in midfield. That's the kind of game that Kastrup enjoys. And managed to get it away from England. There he is again, passing on simply for Andresen. I mean, clipping it towards the right-hand side. It's brought down by Sanyang. Now back over the top, looking for Sanyang again. Gurpus trying to find his captain Ryan. This is Sieb. Nice skill, back across, and Amin was trying the overhead kick as well. Looking for another wonder goal. Rather came off his shin though in the end. And Germany now really knocking on the door. It's been a good restart to the game from them after that cooling break. Trying to catch England napping. Jefferson looking for the free kick, and he gets it in the end as he goes to ground. Here's the chance for Amin as he makes contact and kicks it onto himself in the end with the flying attempt. Well, not as clean a contact made with that overhead kick as Sieb did for the goal. Into the corner for England, but Germany should be able to clear this, even though they are under pressure. They've played their way out of that brilliantly. Andresen now trying to release Gurpus, but it's too far ahead of him. Thumbs up, though, for the attempt. He saw that he was in space. And Baptiste can take the throw. And the Germans swarming all over England at the moment in those kind of positions. And that's good defending there from Callum Doyle. Can't set. England going forward, though. Jens Kastrup of FC Köln with the sliding challenge. I said he likes to put himself about, and there's a great example of it. 15 minutes to go now in this friendly at under 19 level. After a quiet opening, it's turned into rather an entertaining second half. The first half ending goalless, the second half stuck at 1-1 at the moment. The two goals coming within 3 minutes of each other. Sieb and Scarlett with the goals. Now the turn there, and not quite sure what Chukwuemeka was trying to do there. It allows Amin to come forward now down the left, trying to create something for Germany, but stepping in was Oyegoke. And the next run in on goal from Scarlett. Running into trouble though at the edge of the box. Ball over the top now. And comes to nothing for Sanyang. And that's well played out. And Doyle trying to burst forwards. And in the end, fouling. Just overran it. Came in high. Kostrup tapping in out to the left-hand side. Germany just playing in triangles here at the moment. All the way back, though, to Urbig this time. And it's a slack clearance from him, but who's there but Kostrup? It's only dropped as far, though, as Scarlett. Scarlett's kept it in as well, that good skill. Back in again. And the defence can leave that. Cleared by Anderson. Amin down the line. Couldn't find Sieb. And trying to challenge Baptiste. In the end, Germany doing enough to regain possession. Now Rhine forward. Looking for Sanyang. Drops all the way through, though, for Marshall. As the tempo of the game was increased incredibly from that first half. This is much more like it. A little bit of needle in the match as well. As that next ball in from England, a poor one. Easily fielded by Urbig. The referee has certainly kept the game flowing, has allowed a couple of those challenges to come in, hasn't called a halt to the game too often. Good strong play there from Niall John. Oh, it looked as though he was going to win the free kick, but he held possession. Kept his feet as well. Now towards Balagizi, who had England's best opportunity in the first half. On the balance of play, you would have to say that Germany should be ahead, but it's deadlocked at 1-1 with 10 minutes to go now. In comes the ball, and some defending for Andresen to do. He's done it successfully enough, but it'll come straight back at them. Now it's England trying to squeeze up the pitch here. Goop was just missing out. Oyegoke, good skill. And hammering the ball across, and somehow it's not a goal. Urbig, I don't think he knew too much about it, but he's kept it out. Goodness me. Wow, it was a snapshot coming in, and I think it might have come off the face there of Urbig. Oh, that was the chance for England to go 2-1 up there. Urbig coming to the rescue somehow. A warning shot there for Germany, even though they've been on top in general in this game. England could strike at any time. That was what happened with the equaliser. It came out of pretty much nothing. One from Chukwuemeka, finished off by Scarlett. Down the line and just out of play there by Simic. As finally we see a replay here. Oyegoke doing so well, curling it in, and I think it comes off the defender. Rosenfelder, in fact. Well, I mean, now being replaced by Hannes Wolf with 7.5 minutes to go. Klifish of Leipzig coming on to replace him. Armin has run himself into the ground, and it's fresh legs in attack then for Germany. Armin again impressing after his goal the other day, and it's going to be more changes for England as well. Well, Balagizi, one player coming off by the looks of things. Shola Shortire, the Man United man, coming on for him. And Alex Scott of Bristol City also taking to the field. Short time to impress here under Ian Foster. So Niall John is off. Similar kind of performance to Amin, really. There's another loose clearance there from the goalkeeper. Marshall was closed down. Didn't have much of an angle to get distance on it there. Germany doing well to press again. Now Urbig looking long. Cleared by Doyle. And in the end there, the foul coming in from Klifish. Just a little bit too eager there, the sub. As we've got 5 minutes of the match remaining, plus any time added on. I'd expect similar to the first half, 2 minutes for the cooling break. The ball is sent into the corner. And easy enough there for Clemens Riedel of Darmstadt to shepherd the ball out of play. This is Andresen with the long throw. Kleefisch just tapping it back for Gurpus. And he's done so well there to open up the game. Out to the right-hand side here.
Inside, Harvey.
Now Sanyang up against Doyle. And Sanyang wins the throw there. And Simic to take this throw. Towards the edge of the box there. And Kleefisch goes down. The referee waves him back to his feet. I don't think there were too many appeals for a penalty there. And another change coming up now. Ibrahimi, also of Leipzig, to enter the fray. Coming on for the goal scorer, Sieb. And what a brilliant goal as well. The overhead kick just before the hour mark, opening the scoring here for Hannes Wolf's side. Gets a pat on the back for his efforts. Well, can they engineer a chance then for Ibrahimi, I wonder, to win this game? Andresen. And back out to him, the number 13, delivering early. And out of play, or nearly out of play by Humphreys. It stayed in. And in the end, carrying the ball away here is Shortire. Doyle looking to fire it back up towards the front players for England. It doesn't reach them. They've given it away again. Kleefisch. And now Ibrahimi. Andresen has once again the outlet ball. Cuts in. And he gets on the end of the return. And with his right foot, didn't really look confident as he took it on. Marshall can save comfortably. As there's a foul coming in and a big, big challenge as well. I think it's Kastrop who is down. And it could be Shortire who is in trouble with the referee here. He's got the card out. Looks as though Kastrop is okay to continue. Will probably have enjoyed the challenge, in fact. But it's a very high foot coming in from Shortire. Perhaps if it weren't in a friendly encounter and a little bit earlier in the game, he may have been walking the disciplinary tightrope there. The youngster from Man United. As the free kick initially, no trouble. Next shot's fired in. And well wide though from Simic. As we're into the final minute of the game. This under-19 friendly international between Germany and England, tied at 1-1. Honours be even at the end of the game. We'll see how much time added on there is. It's England on the attack at the moment, looking to sneak the win. After Germany took the lead and England didn't let their heads drop. Only a couple of minutes later, grabbing the equaliser through Dane Scarlett. The second half has been terrific. Much better value for money than the first half. And both sides were playing within themselves, I felt. Germany were on top, and indeed have been throughout the game. And finally, England came out of their shells in this second half to go on the attack, and that made the match much more open. We'll have 3 minutes of time added on, and it will start with this free kick. Doyle standing over it. Headed up and clear by Germany. Will go out for the corner kick, though. England putting on the pressure. In time added on. Oh, Alex Scott goes across to take the corner. Oh, plenty of communication going on in there. As it's fired up high, back in again. And England can't make anything of it. And I think we'll be quite happy to grab hold of that in the end. He's made a couple of saves in this second half, Urbig. The one off his face, I think it came off Rosenfelder last. That was a cracking bit of positioning. Kastrup. Way down the right-hand side. Oh, no chance there for Sanyang. Here's Humphreys, who's really settled down into the match after that poor opening 10 minutes. Gifting a double chance for Germany, which they couldn't take. As there's a late offside flag going up against Jebberson. Well, you can see what he thinks of that. I won't repeat it. Well, it looks as though we're going to end all square here then in this prestige battle between the under-19 nations of Germany and England. Really entertaining second half, really competitive as well. I don't think we're going to see a winner here unless there's late drama. As Andresen comes clear with the ball one more time. And as England win possession, the referee decides enough's enough. So it ends 1-1 then in that international under-19 friendly. Perhaps fair enough in the end. Germany had the lion's share of possession and chances in the first half. The second half much more even, but a much more entertaining game as well. And I think Hannes Wolf will be satisfied enough with that showing. Ian Foster likewise. So thanks very much for joining us for that game. Enjoy the under-21s as well tomorrow evening. Take care until then. Have a nice evening and goodbye.
FC Bayern München, and in minute 63, the English goal by Dane Scarlett, number 19 from Tottenham Hotspur. Der Deutsche Fußballbund wünscht allen Zuschauern eine gute Heimreise und würde sich freuen, Sie auch in Zukunft bei einem Länderspiel wieder begrüßen zu dürfen. Bleiben Sie gesund und kommen Sie gut nach Hause. The German Football Association wishes all spectators a safe journey home and would be delighted to welcome